Hello Enashe. I would like today to talk to you about the sun and how it is in my traditions. Now, I have two traditions. One is the Vodunse tradition that I practice, and the other is the Canaanite, deities that we practice, because in Vodun we worship our ancestors and we live on the ancestral lands of the Canaanites. So let me begin with the Vodun story of how the sun got created. This is from Yoruba Myths by Uli Bear. I'm sorry I'm mispronouncing names and titles. Yoruba is not one of the languages I speak. I try to handle what I can with the translation. Let me read that short legend to you. The bushfowl wakes up. He is disappointed to find that the beans have grown out of his reach. He pronounced the oracle for the owner of the forest. He asked him to sacrifice because of the iroko tree in the backyard, lest it falls on his house and kill him. The owners of the forest refused. The iroko tree fell, but did not touch the ground. The owner of the forest went to the woodcarvers. When they started to cut down the tree, Obatala appeared and turned the tree into oje, the sacred white metal. Obatala called his slave, "You don't hear what I say." You don't hear what I say, it's the name of the slave. And told him to give the oje to the blacksmith of heaven. He said that he wanted the metal to be fashioned into a decorated pot. The reminder he wanted to forge into a boat. When you don't hear what you say, he brought the objects back from heaven. Obatala placed something inside the pot. Then he covered the pot with a dress of brass. Then he asked his slave to place the pot in the ship. Then he ordered him to travel from heaven to earth in one day, and to return from earth to heaven the same day. You don't hear what I say became the driver of the sun. He is the one who drives the sun to earth and back to heaven. The hometown of the sun is Iwonran, which is probably in Yoruba land. Obatala gave the sun the order to beat down on the people from heaven, which is why the sun is basically a tool for punishment, and it makes us all perspire and sweat and suffer during the summer. And this is true exactly for the people in the Mediterranean or Africa. The summer here could be really, really, really hard. People die from dehydration all the time, and it's not a pleasant time of the year where you can't keep up your makeup or your appearances, and you basically sweat to death and stink all the place, your work, your house, everywhere. So the sun always have a negative connotation for me. In the other Yoruba myths that I read about the sun, it also has negative connotations. So I feel very connected to the meaning that was given for the sun in the Yoruba myth. Okay, now, in the Canaanite religion, the sun is called Shepesh or Shemesh. Shepesh is the god of the sun, the god or goddess. It depends, because it was also a Sumerian god or goddess, and its sex changed by the place in which it has been. But the sun there is a carriage, and on the carriage there is the god Mot. Mot is god of death, and he holds the rod of obliviation and the rod of silencing, and he beats down on people. He just beats down on people. And the person that is being beaten by the rod of silencing gets silenced. The one that gets struck by the rod of obliviation dies. And actually, this is something that I'm sure I haven't read it in any, but the Canaanite probably called Mot down to strike their enemies with their wands as a hex or something. So, in both of those traditions, the sun is being considered as a negative force. I can see why, because of the area which I am in. So this is what the sun for me, and this is the 11th week of the YouTube Pagan Challenge. And by the way, just let me tell you people that I'm very proud of the fact that I'm being so diligent about this. So, have a nice day, goodbye.